welcome to another card making video. Today I would like to share with you a pop-up card. For this card I use this super cute image from Bugaboo with those cute little monsters that I colored in. And after that I decided that I really want them to pop. I want them to kind of appear, not just be there on the front of the card. And that's how I came up with the idea of a pop-up card. I just wanted the monsters to appear when you open the card. I'm coloring my image with Pro Markers. I actually started coloring Digistamps not long ago. I am on the design team for Sister Act Card Challenge, where we have anything goes challenges every week. I will put the link down below in case you would like to join us. And we usually have sponsors with Digistamps, and for upcoming week the sponsor is Bugaboo. And so when this image came up, I fell in love with it right away and I immediately wanted to color it in. I first tried using my Stabilo pens and that turned out really nice, but sometimes because I used kind of thinner watercolor paper, it kind of bled through or actually ripped the paper a little bit. So I decided to print the image on a Nina Solar white cardstock and color it in using my Pro Markers, and that never fails. So here, that's what I'm doing. Yes, I keep saying Stabilo and Stabilo. I guess you can say both ways. Both are socially acceptable, don't worry. This is how they pronounce it in Germany. I say Stabilo because it's more comfortable for me where I'm from. They say Stabilo, and the sh sound for a letter S is not so familiar to me, so it gets confusing. But I still may say Stabilo sometimes, simply because I just know it's the correct way and the original way, so forgive me, I'm not trying to contradict myself, I just forget. I went with kind of crazy colors on some of these cute monsters, but then on the other hand, what colors do monsters really come in? You can come up with whatever you want. That's the beauty of these gorgeous Digistamps. I feel like I should say something important about the shading and my technique, but it's simple, there's no technique. I sometimes add 2 shades of each color just to imitate the shade, or I mean shadow, but yes, I don't think I have enough markers yet to go crazy in that area. Maybe. Anyway, I hope at the pictures at the end of the video you can see some kind of depth on these images, and if you do, I guess I did something right. Okay, so for now I'm just gonna leave you with the coloring and the music in the background, and I'll get back to you when I will be creating the front of the card. just a little note, as you can see here, when I was blending the purples, I had my brighter purple way too bright, so it was kind of hard to blend those two. I actually got a blender pen today, so hopefully next time I'll be coloring or blending the purples, it will be a little easier. Maybe I should actually get more colors of these pro markers to do my fancy coloring. And so now the image is done. I'll fussy cut it and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so for my card base I chose green and blue, and the inner part will be blue, and that's where the pop-up will also be. So for now I'll be working on the front of the card. I will be stamping happy birthday to you using Avery Elle cake and candles stamp set. And then I'll be adding all these gorgeous balloons that I die cut using Little Inkers balloon die set. So as you noticed, I went with the bigger size of the purple and white cardstock on the front, and now I'll be adding some foam squares, and then I'll be placing all those cute little balloons on the white part of the card front, and that's also where I'll be putting the big sentiment. So for the sentiment I'm using Archival Deep Purple ink, and then I'll be also adding all kinds of confetti and little elements from the Cake and Candles stamp set all around the sentiment. I'm using double-sided tape for the back of my card front, simply because I ran out of my runner tape, or runner's tape, is that how it's called? And that one works really well, it's very tacky. So that's the card front. I also added some Wink Stella on those cute balloons. And now for the pop part. I have no idea why I went with a purple if I have a blue card base, but that's me. I sometimes do these things. And now basically what you have to do is measure. Here I'm changed my ruler to inches because my Martha Stewart scoreboard is also in inches. You have to measure the distance from your image to the center of the card, because you don't want your image to kind of stick out when you close your card. And then you measure that distance from the image to the center of the card on your scoreboard. So mine was about almost an inch, so I make 4 scores, each about an inch apart from each other, and then one more smaller, and that will be the kind of fold to adhere the whole thing together. Now I'm gonna add some double-sided tape in all the right places, in the place where it will touch the bottom and the back. So it's best to put it flat and then add the adhesive and then add it to your card base, like I'm doing right now. And I wish you could see that, because I am off camera. I wish I could look at my viewfinder a little more often. So here's a little pop, and I just adhered it to the back. And now I'm gonna add 2 stripes of double-sided tape, and I'm gonna adhere my image. And now I'm gonna add the sentiment inside of the card, which is happy birthday. And I'm gonna also add a little swirl at the bottom. You'll see that later on the pictures. And I'm gonna also go crazy with embellishments inside, which at this moment I would like to make a note to myself. And next time, make the inside of the card first, in case you go crazy with embellishments. And only then take care of the front of the card to tone it down. In this case, there was no stopping me. The balloons were flying out of my hands, so even though this card is super embellished, I do still like it. And I hope you do too. And now I'm adhering the blue card base to the green one. I'm adhering it using a double-sided tape, not very much of it, it's still stuck pretty good. You can actually also use foam tape if you want even more 3D effect, but I thought it was so embellished that flat adhering was the only appropriate thing to do. And like I said, this card was a balloon obsession, and so I'm using even more balloons on the inner side of the card, and I'm using my Signo ball pen to add the strings for the balloons. I actually thought the balloons on the inner side were more appropriate, because, you know, it's a birthday card, preferably for a kid, so, you know, when he or she opens the card, it's actually nice to see some birthday balloons, and colorful as well. And of course, to add even more sparkle to the card, I use my clear Wink Stella. Later I also will add some glossy accents for the eyes, and if you want to see more pictures of this card, please visit my blog, the link is down below. And that finishes off the card for today. I hope you enjoyed it and got inspired. And I would like to also thank all the new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing, and welcome to the channel. I hope you will enjoy all the videos, and if you do, please comment. And I will see you again soon with a new video. Have a great day. Bye!